This is Ben from Common Knives, and you're listening to the High Carbon Podcast.
Welcome everyone to the High Carbon Podcast. We got our episodes a little jumbled. When I came back from the US, we had a guest that couldn't make it on another day, so we moved him ahead. You guys have already heard that. That was Trooper Knives. Very good episode. We'll definitely have him back on again. But this episode is the three of us. We got Paulie and Albert with me tonight. Hello, guys.
Hey, guys.
So, how have your guys this week been going, or do you want me to start?
Go ahead, please.
I actually have something cool. We had Logan Province, so he was on the show a little while back, and he got a grinder and he got a forge from us, and he's got a VFD on it, and he was at somebody's shop, and they were showing him how to sharpen on the grinder, and he messaged me because he wanted to know if he was able to run his grinder in reverse also. And some of these Chinese VFDs, I don't know why, but they don't have a reverse button on it. It's pretty useful button, but this one had something. It's labeled MFK, and with that button you can like run the motor only while you're pushing the button. So you push and hold it, kind of like to jog the motor. I guess it's useful if you're doing some machine work or something with that motor or with that VFD. But I sent him some instructions, and I know a lot of knife makers and probably a lot of our listeners probably couldn't have handled it, but he was able to reprogram that button so that you can use it as a reverse. So he's gonna start to learn how to sharpen on his belt grinder, which I've never even tried before. You guys sharpen on your grinder at all?
Sure, all the time.
No. I did, but I ran it forwards. Yeah, but I don't really. I use my Tomac.
Why did you run it forward? Were you ready to die or something?
Yeah, I don't care. Just, I don't care about my health. It's not that scary. It's good. It's fine. I mean, why would you? I mean, depends how you are sharpening. If you are using a rotary platen, like a hard backing, or if you're using the space between the first wheel and the platen, it's safe. If you're using extreme slack, then maybe, but I don't know. And not scary. It's not scary.
What about holding like a block of wood that's wrapped in leather behind the slack belt while you grind it?
Fucking bone punches. Oh my god.
No.
Just can't
All right.
contain yourself.
Anyway, forget about it. We'll skip over that. Yeah, I also bought tickets. I'm gonna go to the GDC convention, so German Daily Carry. That's August 29th, so in like 2 weeks in Munich. I think this will be the third year that they're doing it, so it's kind of still small. I talked to a few people that went before. They said it's about 400 visitors or so. I don't know how many tables they have. It looks like 35 exhibitors or so. But Martin Huber will be there. ForgeWorks is going to be there. A couple other guys. But should be cool to see all the folded stuff. It's kind of like a different atmosphere than the shows that I usually go to. But we'll see.
Is that a knife show?
Knife show, yeah. It looks like it's in like a pretty small setting. I don't know, look pretty rustic inside. There are lots of wood and stuff like that, and they have like a section with the flea market section, so you can go out and like if you've got knives or folding knives and stuff, like offer to trade them and stuff with people. So I don't know, it should be cool. Small show, but I'm gonna go see who we can meet up there. Maybe make some deals and meet some new people that are into the folder market. Also got some intro videos for the Edge of Hope, which I will be posting probably beginning of next month. So we got 20 guys again this year. I think there's like 4 or 5 people are done already, but we'll start introducing those and hopefully get some pictures of the knives in progress and finished pictures and stuff like that, because time is running out. The show will be here. Knife Show Austria will be here soon. It is October 24th and 25th this year. That will be cool. We got our own little booth and some prizes to give out for the best knife maker, and I don't know, it's going to be a cool show. I'm curious to see what the turnout will be this year at the show. You guys both have a table
Yes.
already
Sure.
paid, planned, and got your hotel
Yep.
room all set up.
Yep.
No.
Harry's. It's a business trip.
It sounds like everybody's going to Harry's. Of course, everything's a business trip now. Everything.
Everything. So super excited. Got the table, paid for everything. Just have to work on the inventory that I'm going to bring. I'm very skeptical. Last year was fire. Was really good. This year is way bigger and it's totally different time. So scary, wary. Hoping at least the trip pays for itself. If it doesn't, it's the Presso town. Never going to any other show ever.
Come on, you were like the person that sold the most knives last year. In your word.
Yeah, but it was my first show, so no.
So you mean that your standards are high now, or
I'm afraid. I'm afraid to think that it will be great because it can be very not great. So I'm not taking into consideration that it should be also great. I'm very skeptical. Expect nothing. If it works out, it works out. But also we have like way more makers, right?
yeah.
So we have like what, more than 2 times more makers, and I wouldn't think that twice the number of visitors will come. So
I think everybody that came last year, unless I don't know something comes up where they really can't make it, I think all those people are going to come, and they've definitely been some people who probably thought about it, wanted to come, that also weren't sure, that don't want to miss it now because they heard all about how good last year was. Whether or not all those people are going to buy stuff is another story. Could be that everybody in Austria already has your knife and you don't sell any from the last show, right?
I actually have at least one client who is constantly in my DMs, and he is like, "Are you preparing new shit? Are you? I'm waiting for you. I will come." And it's also so fun. I think just recently, like in 4 weeks ago, I sent a couple of knives to 2 different people that live really near Steyr. And I'm like, ooh, you could have come there, you could have bought it live. So it's pretty cool. But we'll see how that pans out. Does it line up with any is it like Austria Independence Day, right?
yeah, the 26th national. It's a national holiday. Yes.
So last year it was Mother's Day, and now it's good. It could be good. Or do Austrians celebrate like your independence, like 4th of July?
No,
it's not like that.
But it's one day after the show ends. It's on the 26th of August. October.
So that Monday afterwards, everybody will have the day off anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. It's gonna be a long weekend for Austria,
which could be a good thing for people that are like traveling farther away.
Yep.
Or could be terrible if people say, "Oh, I have a pretty long weekend. I can take vacations and leave."
Mr. Negative. Hey, but you're gonna have your new model. Will you have more than one new model, or just are you gonna make that deadline?
Maybe. I'm now in the deeps working on a taco design sheath for my Iltis model, the one that you remember. Spilled a lot of blood, and some upgrades for that model. And when that is done, I have a new model, but I just need to make the sheath. So yeah. But taco design is like totally different beast than doing pancake design, but it's coming along pretty nicely.
I want to check it out. So if I bring my knife with me, I can check out like different color handle scales maybe that I want to put on it, or that new taco design. If it fits in my pocket better, so I don't cut myself.
I don't think the sheath is the problem. But if you would cut yourself again, that would be extremely funny. I mean, condolences, but that would be great.
I have some new G10 coming in 8mm, but I don't think it's going to be here in time for you to get them at the show.
It won't. But I'm happy. Could you spill what is coming in 8mm?
Well, all the stuff that you keep crying about. So we got the 8mm camo, which you already using on your new model there.
Love it.
The winter camo. You also wanted, I think, orange.
Yes.
8mm. I got both the Tiffany colors, forest green, so it's like a darker green than the Yami green color that I have, and a special one just for you. I don't know if you want me to spill the beans on it or not.
I know what it is. Don't spill it. Okay. Don't spill it. Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
I'm gonna tell you everybody that's 2 colors. That's all I'm gonna say.
But it will be available openly on the website. So
when it's finished.
When it's finished. So
it'll save you.
Yeah,
save you some work.
I'm very excited about that. Yeah, and I'm going through the G10 like crazy. I need to. It seems like I just ordered, and I need more. I need more, and you got me hooked, man.
I like it.
Yeah, the mega fixture really helps out with being able to make like 12 sets of handle scales or 8 sets of handle scales and just leave the CNC and just go and do work. We can just pump out knives, which is, increased the productivity of the workshop in total.
I wish all of my customers would make a mega fixture. It would be so much easier for me to just, I can cut the full sheet into like 9 pieces and then be done with it.
Now, that is a very great opportunity. If somebody has a consistent model and wants his handle scales to be made, write to Baltic Blades. Maybe we can work something out and I can manufacture your handle scales and be an OEM.
Watch out, you're going to get Ryan saying that you're copying him now. Taking on other people's work.
I mean, look, if we combine our forces, he does the grinding, I do the handle scales and the sheets. Best knife making shop ever.
Albert's already doing some of that for other people, right? I mean, you're not making handles, but you're doing some grinding for other customers. Was it just one?
Yeah. No, there's quite a few. I mean, we do whatever we are getting paid for. So we sometimes make a whole blade for customers and they just make the handle.
Mm-hmm.
And we do a lot of grinding for others. So the bevel grinding. Yeah. But how much is that gonna be, Paulie, for a set of handle scales if you machine them?
It really depends. Depends. Like these are set sizes that I am working with. So it depends what is the size of the handle scale of the knife itself and how big is the yield. And there will be an initial cost of creating a fixture. So I just have to calculate my the time, the shop rate, and the materials. So it's you pay upfront for that, and after that you don't, you only pay for the materials
for the setup.
Yeah.
But let's say I'm gonna order like 20 handle scales that are size-wise comparable to yours, from the Iltis model or something.
20?
Yeah, 20. I'm asking for a friend,
Asking for a friend. I have to calculate it. We have to look into it. Are you buying the material or are you buying the material from me? You're not buying material from me.
No, I'm not buying material from you. I'm buying
You're
material
buying material from Keith. Keith is shipping it to me.
Exactly. With your order so that you pay the shipping costs.
I don't pay. You pay the shipping cost. I don't pay the shipping cost. It's
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. And you pay, bro. He ships to me so much G10, he has to split it into separate orders. I'm paying double for the shipping.
You know why? Because they do a weight limit, at least the place that I'm at right now. And until this PPWR bull crap gets taken care of, I won't be moving out of the EU, and I probably won't be looking for other ways to ship stuff until this gets cleared out. But the place I'm doing right now only allows up to 31 kilos. So usually your order gets split.
Sadly.
That's a great opportunity for other knife makers maybe that are looking in to get some kind of a model where they don't have to do a whole lot of work themselves. They can get stuff water jet or laser cut, get you to do the handles for them. They could have a standard model on their website.
Yeah. If they do that, it's easy peasy, fits. Then of course there should be a fee if they don't have a 3D model like R&D. Let's say they want to have different textures. It's again programming on the CNC, having separate files and blah blah blah, different SKUs. But if you have something that you want, okay, I just need this is working, this is selling, I need a upscale my production, need to have these made, it's fine. I'm not gonna sandblast them because I hate sandblasting. You'll have to sandblast yourself. Well, it's fine. With G10, it's great to work with. So
good to know.
No, Albert, if you need something, just call me and we can deal something.
Albert, I have a question for you. In your shop, do you have any kind of tooling to bend like 4 millimeter steel? So here's the problem that I have. I've moved into making all the ribbon burners myself, and
Mhm.
I have a guy who water jet cuts everything. He bent them for me last time, but he says he doesn't want to do them anymore because he doesn't have like great equipment for it. So I got them in sheets, and I'm thinking, I really didn't. I guess I didn't think it through very well because 4 millimeter isn't really that easy to bend without like without like some real machinery. So I built like jerry rigged some stuff, and I got bolted down to my table in my workshop with like 2 meter long handles, and it works, but I don't want to do it anymore. Um, do you have any kind of machine like that, presses or anything? Any recommendations?
Not in our shop, but the guys from across the street where we get all our laser cut parts from, they have a huge machine. I mean, they can bend 10 millimeter steel.
Mm-hmm.
So the machine costs like €500,000. So they could easily do that for you. So we just bring them the parts and they can bend them easy peasy. So it's all 90 degrees bent, right?
Right. Yeah. You gotta kind of have like an array of dies and stuff, I guess, to get into the once you start folding this thing into like a box shape, so that your bending dies can fit in. I'm sure they have them.
They have 2 cupboards full of dies. And they once told us what these dies cost. I forgot, but it was a huge amount of money. So they have all sorts of dies. So that's where when we do a foundation for a power hammer, a concrete foundation, they make the frame out of steel so that we just can put a concrete into it. Of course, we have to weld it first, so the corners.
Mm-hmm.
They do all kinds of stuff for us. So they made the parts for the Helios, and they made the stand for the Helios and everything. So just drop them off the parts and.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a friend of mine who like makes railings and stuff like that, and I had like 10 burners he's gonna bend for me right now, but he never charges anything and he won't take any money, and I keep having him do stuff for me and weld because I don't know how to weld. So I'd like to not like have to keep using him all the time. It would be good to find somebody who can do that for me. So that's a good idea. I bring him by and then play foosball with you guys.
Yeah, and we can do the welding if you want us to, but they also do. They have an awesome welder at their shop as well. It's a metal shop. It's a huge fabrication metal shop. So they have a professional welder there who can weld the parts together if you want them to, or we can do it. It's just welding the corners, is it?
Yeah,
Or
it's
what-
just welding. One is up.
Yeah.
These new welders, these laser welders, look pretty interesting. They look like they're
Yeah.
pretty easy to learn how to weld with.
Yeah, but still too expensive. I talked to Kurt today. I mean, everyone wants to have one of these laser welding machines, but they're still too expensive. So we're gonna wait because the same thing is gonna happen like it happened with fiber lasers and CO2 lasers. So
Mhm.
once they were super expensive, and then within a couple of years, the prices went down significantly. And I think the same is gonna happen with laser welders because I mean they already went down the prices, right? So I think it's gonna go
What
down.
does super expensive? I thought it was like $1,000, and then you need a cooling system for it too, right?
Is it $1,000 already? I thought it was more.
I don't know. I'm probably way off now that you're talking like that. Maybe it was 10.
Last time I checked, it was way more than that. I don't know how these laser welders work. I mean, if you want to weld thick stuff, I guess it's going to be more expensive, like it would be with a normal welding machine. So the more power you want to have, the more expensive they get. So I guess it's the same with laser welders, isn't it?
I'm not sure, but I thought you needed like a cooling system also.
Of course.
Kind of like the induction
you do. Yeah,
heaters. So we had a guest on before who bought one of those induction heaters, and then got it to his house and found out you can't just run it on regular house power, and had to get rid of it. I don't know how the laser welders like match up to that if you can run into the same problems.
I don't know.
Let's see what else. You had a guest at your shop. You want to tell us who's there and what you guys are working on?
Kurt Glatt is here for the whole week. So he arrived on Sunday and he's going to be here till Friday or Saturday. So we made shitloads of steel, long forging days. So that's all I was doing last week was grinding, welding, forging. We made some very interesting steel. So, I mean, everyone knows Kurt Glatt. He's been a guest on our show. He's the one who
We got
didn't turn
to shut
off.
the door.
No, he didn't turn off the mic when he went to the bathroom. Remember? That was him. And he still thinks it's funny. So he's not mad at
is
us
funny.
because we talked about this yesterday. And last time he was at our shop, we made Pro Cut Apex Damascus with the chevron pattern. And this time it was same again. So Apex Pro Cut Damascus, but in all different forms and shapes. So we made shitloads of copper Damascus that we welded onto a core made out of Apex and Pro Cut, so Damascus core with copper Damascus cladding. Then we made twist Damascus, so we made all sorts of Damascus, and it was so much prep work and forging work that we didn't get anything finished until today. But today it was like one billet after the other was being finished. So today we finished, I think, 7 or 8 billets, and then we started with 2 half integrals, and tomorrow it's again another 2 half integrals made out of Pro Cut, which is super hard to forge. Pro Cut and Apex Damascus.
I was going to ask if there was any problems that you guys run into trying to weld that new steel or forge the new steels together.
I mean, DLAM's always going to be an issue with these steels because we made a canister, or not one, but plenty of canisters. One wasn't airtight. We can't see that because we didn't drill a hole in the canister. So some might say we built a pipe bomb because the whole canister blows up, but nothing happened, so everything worked. But one canister didn't blow up, so we knew that there's a leak somewhere, so that the welds aren't airtight. One build failed, but not completely. So only the first 5 or 6 centimeters delaminated, but then we cut off the first few centimeters and then we forged the rest, so it was fine. Yeah, it's a very hard steel to forge. So Apex and Pro Cut Damascus, because it moves so slowly, and I think you need heavy machinery. So usually we forge most of our Damascus on the 30, the 50, and the 75 kilogram power hammer. And this time we used the big boys, the 150 kilogram brochet and the 100 kilogram brochet. On these it worked fine, but you can easily fuck up a billet on these heavy machines. So you get too thin too quickly or something might happen, or it delaminates if you hit it too hard at the too early stage. But we managed. I mean, we pulled through and we finished a lot of steel, and it's very interesting steel, Apex Pro Cut. But as I said, tough to forge because it moves so slowly and it's so hard.
Is it similar to it's obviously not stainless, but is it similar to the slow moving like a stainless steel would be?
Yeah, that's similar, I would say. Yeah, I mean, it might have something to do with the size of the billets he made, because he made huge billets. I mean, usually we have this a few kilograms of billets, and he made this massive billets because he wanted to be as efficient as possible, obviously. So it might had something to do with the billet size, but also with the steel, definitely, because the rolling mill, I mean, usually you can easily roll down a millimeter of your billet, but with ProPax, so Apex Pro Cut Damascus, you couldn't do that. You have to be very slow, and there's tons of other issues. Everyone knows Apex must not get too hot, so you have to use a lower forging temperature than you would use with the standard recipe for Damascus. Lower temperature means less movement if you're forging it, so it gets exhausting pretty quickly because you have to work so slowly. And then you can't use, or you shouldn't use, TIG welding for welding your billet shuts. So you have to use MIG-MUG welding to weld your billets airtight. So it's very different from what we usually do when we do this normal Damascus with the standard recipe of 02 and 15 and 20. That's way easier.
And why can't you use TIG? Does it make small micro fractures and stuff in the steel? Or?
Yeah, micro fractures, or the weld seams aren't airtight. So even Toby says, I mean, we've tried it and the billets delaminated, and then we tried MIG-MUG welding and it worked. And then we talked about this with Toby, I think, on the show even. And he said the same thing, that you should use MIG-MUG welding, that you should not use TIG welding when you're working with Apex. And that's why we do it this way. But it's more work, because usually we just fuse the Damascus billets airtight, and that's a super easy process. I mean, it's easy to weld. It's even nice. The whole welding session is nice. You sit there with your AirPods in your ears, you listen to music or a podcast or something, and you sit there for 2 hours and weld 5 to 6 billets completely airtight. But with Apex, and I don't like MIG-MUG welding. It's dirty, it smokes, it's loud. Ugh. Yeah, I'd rather do some TIG welding. But you have to do that with Apex and Pro Cut. So that's what makes it more complicated to work with.
Did you guys make some of this steel for your shop too? Who sees some of that online, or only in your knives?
No, it's just for Kurt. So I'm babysitting Kurt this week and helping him.
What a nice guy.
Yeah. Now he's paying for that. He's not going to get it for free. But today when I was forging, I was roughly calculating how much the steel is worth already. And it's in the thousands.
Plus you had to get the steel here Also, it's not readily available here yet.
I asked him, how much are you going to charge for 1 centimeter or a kilogram of Propex? How much is this going to cost? And he said he has no idea because no one's selling it.
Well, me and Tobias Hangler were going in on a batch that was supposed to get it here, and then all the tariffs things started happening, and that's kind of been put on hold, unfortunately. We should have had this like a year ago here already.
Procut,
hopefully we can make it happen. Yeah.
Yeah, Procut is so expensive if you import it yourself. Kurt told me how much one of these billets is, and one of these billets is in the hundreds. As it's 200 or 300 euros for a Damascus billet, which is insane because the normal Damascus billet is like a tenth of that, right?
Yeah.
But then at the end of the day, if you make a knife out of it, I mean, let's say you get like 2 or 3 knives out of one of these billets, no one's gonna. You have basically no competition when it comes to Propex, right? So you can charge not whatever you want, but you can charge a lot for these knives, and he does. So I don't feel sorry for him that he has to pay.
I saw some videos of you or him forging, and maybe it's because you were on the bigger power hammer, but it looked like a pretty long run from the power hammer over to the forge. Is that a normal thing, or is it because it was the bigger hammer?
No, because it was the bigger hammer. The bigger hammer is at the other end of the shop. I mean, it's like 10 meters or something, so it's not that far. But our forge is right between the 100 kilo Bechet and the 50 kilo Bechet. So that's the hammers we use. But when we are forging, we use the most. And the 75 and the 30 kilograms gram hammers are also kind of close. So that's what. No, it's not a big distance. But of course, you can feel. I mean, if you have all the doors open, we have these massive roller doors. So if these doors are open, the billet cools down a bit. If you have that distance, you have to walk with the billet. So that's why we closed at least one of these roller doors so that there is no airflow through the shop. Which is, considering the temperatures, a huge downside because it gets super hot in the shop, but the billet stays warm for longer. That's why we close the doors usually when we're forging.
Yeah, he picked a good week to come. It was pretty warm this week too.
Horrible. Every day, 30 to 35 degrees outside. In the forge downstairs, it has like 35 or something. Upstairs, it's at least 40 to 42 to 43 degrees Celsius because we have no windows upstairs. So windows we can open. So
Paul is making faces. He wouldn't even get out of bed if it was that hot, right?
Yes. It's today was pretty warm here, 25.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it's so nice. Yeah. Love it here. But 40, I mean, no, just feeling sluggish all the time.
We're sweating all day.
It's not the sweat. I feel like this. Oh man, this is such an old man talk. But when it's so extremely hot, it's even pulling you to the ground. It's like you have no energy, no stamina. You're like just bring me behind the barn and shoot me in the head. I'm done with it.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed. Not the heat, but there was so much prep work and so much forging involved, and then you see the billets getting finished, and there's one after the other. So that's a very nice thing to see. And then the billets are super straight. They have a nice surface finish, and they look nice. Also, not just that it's super valuable stuff, but there's also nice stuff if you see them stacked up or something in your shop. So it's very satisfying to see that.
Did you guys surface grind them too, so you can see the patterns and stuff? Or
not yet? No, but today Kurt had to label them because we sometimes got confused what was what. So he took a Sharpie because he takes it with him home, so he needs to know what the steel is. Of course, you can easily find out, just grind it and etch it, make a test etch, and then you know what it is. But still, you might want to know before, so that's why he labeled them today. Yeah.
And it will be the chevron pattern?
No chevron this time because it's mostly laminates. Of course, we could have done a copper chevron laminate because then we have to change the rollers on the rolling mill, and we're losing so much time with this. Or we have been losing so much time with this copper Damascus because we made 3 or 4 massive copper Damascus billets, and we forge them in an electric kiln, and it takes forever to heat up. and then you can do some light forging. You have to put it back into the electric kiln. Then you have to wait for it to be warm again so that you can forge it. So we lost so much time because of this copper Damascus stuff that we won't have time to do the chevron, because the chevron, you have to roll in the chevron pattern, then you have to anneal it, and then you can grind off the excess, and then you have to reforge it again so that you can thin it down, and then you have to use the normal rollers in your rolling mill to get to the final thickness. Alone with the annealing, you lose like one night. So we're not going to do any chevron pattern. And he has done chevron pattern before with us. So the first Pro-Pax Damascus he made was chevron pattern, and now he wanted to try something different. I mean, I would have done the same. Why would I make the same steel again if I can try out other stuff?
Is it a secret, or will it be like just random?
But the pattern,
yeah,
it might be a secret, but it's not mine. So if it's a secret, it's Kurt's secret. So I'm gonna tell you. No, as I said, we made copper Damascus cladding for a Pro-Pax Damascus core. The Pro-Pax Damascus core has we made quite a few billets, so something between 50 and 150 layers of Pro-Pax, so Pro-Cut and Apex Damascus. So that I think is like 3 or 4 billets. Then we made Firestorm Damascus, which we also laminated onto a Pro-Pax core. Then we made normal twist Damascus. We laminated it onto Pro-Pax core.
Are you twisting by hand?
Yes.
How is that to twist?
It's not fun.
It doesn't have like the Toby rolling mill have an attachment for twisting?
Doesn't work on his machine though, right?
Ours doesn't, because we bought the first generation and it's not downwards compatible. So no, we don't.
What I'm hearing is that changing the dies is pretty slow, you know?
It is.
If you would have like 2 rolling mills, the efficiency,
there you go,
the twisting, no changing of the dies.
True.
Pumping out those babies. Just
yeah, but do you have 10 grand for me? I can spend on another rolling mill?
Create an EDC model. I will CNC you the handles. You sell them. Bingo bongo, you got a pile of cash.
Okay, let's do that.
Business plan in like 3 dots, right? It's like...
And we still need a bigger oven, that's for sure. So we've been forging the copper Damascus in our 50 centimeters even heat, and that's just too small, and it is soft bricks on the floor, and it sucks.
You know what doesn't suck?
I know.
Kilns. This show is sponsored by minihell.eu. Wonderful kilns, great quality, and amazing prices. Does it get even better? Oh, yes, of course it does. If you go to minihell.eu and you cannot find the size that fits your need, you can just custom order any size that you would like. Maybe something super small, maybe something super big, maybe just the adequate size for your needs. minihell.eu. And while you are shopping there and buying your next kiln, your first kiln, or your third kiln, you can save 5% by using carbon 5 at checkout. And this is the word carbon and the number 5. And you get like 5%. You save a little bit money, and you can buy some heat treatment foil for stainless steel hardening and some batch hardening racks for if you want to do some, I don't know, carbon steel EDC blades by the batch, and you sell them by the hundreds. So minihell.eu, thank you for sponsoring this show. And remember, carbon 5 at checkout. And now, my man, let's get back to the show.
That was quite a segue, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's amazing.
You just fed it to him.
Yeah. So good. So you should just order. But you were in the talks with Baltazar, right? Just to order a way bigger kiln.
He was on our show, but
yeah.
we didn't order. No,
not yet. Now's the time.
No,
now's the time. It's a little bit slower in the summer, right?
Funny story. Kurt was complaining about our even heat because it takes forever to heat up, and Kurt owns a mini hell. And he says his mini hell is way up to temperature, like within an hour or something. And ours takes like 2 to 3 hours. So
what? 2 to 3 hours?
Yeah.
What?
Up to 1060 takes like.
Oh my god, that's is the even heat one phase machine?
Yeah.
That's your problem. One phase.
Is the mini hell a 3-phase machine?
You can choose, but most of them are 3-phase.
Ah, nice.
But if you want, you can get the
nice.
one phase.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Why do you have the single phases? Because you had it at a different shop before? Because if you're in a big industrial shop, you should definitely have the 3-phase kiln.
Yeah, we should, but I think over here they're usually sold as one-phase machines, aren't they? Or single-phase machines.
Yeah, they sell like 110, 220, and
Yeah.
then you can opt out for a 3-phase. But Albert, you are wasting so much time again changing the dies and using a kiln that, 3 hours. I mean, if it is a bottleneck for your Kumai,
It's not a bottleneck for our Kumai because we do something else then. Funny story again, we blew our fuse. So the big fuse that controls the cable into our building, we managed to blow it. And nothing worked. So everything was down. Of course, it was.
Yeah.
Then I called Andy, and he told me that I should look into the what's it called, the central thing where all the fuses are.
Fuse panel.
Fuse panel, and I opened the door, and it was warm because everything was so hot inside. So we managed to overheat the cable. So I had to change this big. We call it Panzersicherung. So the literal translation would be tank fuse. This is a ceramic thing, which was super hot. So I had to change this. Then we had to wait for an hour or so. Yeah. So because we drew too much power. I mean, we kind of knew that because the 150 power hammer was running, the 100 kilogram power hammer was running, the even hit was running. So and all the other power hammers as well. The rolling mill, everything was running at the same time. So it was like, I mean, I don't want to see the bill for the electrical bill for this month, but yeah.
But that fuse is just for one phase, right?
Yeah, you had too much on one phase. It sounds like it wasn't balanced. And you got an electrician in house.
If you have 3-phase mini hill, split over 3 phases. I'm just saying.
No, it was this wide. It was a. I mean, I'm not an electrician, obviously, but it was this wide thing where there's 3.
Yeah, that's one for each phase.
Yeah, and the whole thing went down. So, and I had to change these things because they were blinking. So
for the guys in the US, if you ever watch like cartoons when you're a kid and they hold on to this big lever and throw the lever up to turn the power on, that's what he's talking about. It's like the main fuse panel that comes into the house, and you have 3 gigantic fuses. I don't know what to compare them to, but they're big long tubes, and then they have like a flat metal section on the top and on the bottom, like a blade. I think in the US they're called blade fuses or something like that. I don't remember. But it's just like straight out of a cartoon when you were younger. If you watched them like electrocute somebody or something, they throw that huge big switch up.
And I was on the phone with Andy, and I asked him, should I wear gloves? Is this dangerous? Because the whole thing was open with all the cables. He said, no, don't worry, just pull it out, turn it down, pull it out.
Change it live, don't worry.
You're gonna be fine. And I was, so.
Just connect the wires. You don't need a fuse. The fuse is stopping you from working.
I don't even know how to do that. So, and I'm glad I don't.
So when I was doing air conditioning in the U.S. when I lived in Arizona, they had like not so strict electrical laws there, and some of the air conditioners, well, by law you're supposed to have a fuse box outside next to the outside unit, and it's like what you were describing, Albert, but it's smaller fuses, and sometimes you go to a house and the homeowner had a problem with the fuse blowing and they don't have something at home, and they would cut like a copper pipe or something the size of the fuse and stick it in there just to get by. So, because it's like 40 degrees, 45 degrees outside until somebody can get there. That's pretty sketchy.
It's sketchy and it's dangerous, isn't it? Because the cable can burn, right? If it gets too hot.
Exactly. Yeah. Burn your house down. Explain that to the insurance company.
You just have to find the short. That's it.
Well, like here in Austria, we have these screw-in fuses. So the base where the fuse would be is similar to like a light bulb. I don't know if they're interchangeable or not, but they look the same. I never tried, but I've seen people like when those fuses are burned out, take a coin, put the coin in the back of it, and screw the fuse back in, which is also a little sketchy because it's like one of those things. If it works, it's like the temporary fix that stays for a long time. You know, you forget about it.
Talking about temporary fix, the air compressor is still holding up, and just wait, you will be super proud of me. I ordered all of the parts for a proper fix, so when it blows, I do the proper fix. But now I'm interested to see what happens.
See how long you can hold out.
Yeah, it's pretty long now. I'm pretty proud. It's working.
You mentioned earlier Court was writing on the steel with a Sharpie. Most people using Sharpies or something similar to that, but I have some of these things. Trying to see the name here. It's called a lumber crayon. So in German, it would be a Signierkreide. These are pretty cool. It's like just like a regular crayon, and you have like this handle that you can put them in, and they come in different colors, and they work like really good on steel. It's hard to get the crayon off. I mean, I'm sure if you put them in the oven, that it would melt on you, but they stay and don't rub off as easily as the Sharpies do. Pretty cool.
Oh, you would
little
be
trick.
you would be surprised. You would be surprised. I have written with some Sharpies on knives that I am heat treating, and
Yeah.
the Sharpie stays
Sometimes, yeah. You can
on
still
a
see it
stainless steel.
afterwards.
That's insane.
So, Paulie, what was up with your week? You didn't tell us about your week.
So yeah, I was mainly working on a taco design sheath. That's a lot of pain in the ass, just because you have to do the bend, and with a pancake style sheath, it's just straight off the CNC, and you don't lose any accuracy. So I've been working on some prototyping kind of stuff. I've never seen any other knife maker do this kind of sketchy shit. So I'm trying to make jigs for bending. So we'll see how that works out. I've seen some other makers, just heating up the middle of the taco design sheath, and they are using mock-up blades just to bend around them. Then you have to line up the holes. It's all this kind of ordeal, you're working one time on the sheath. So I'm making some jigs, working out, made some really good progress. Hopefully I can share more about that when it is done, and it is done. And also the competition between me and Celestia Customs, Przemek, it is still going.
Who is in the lead, Paulie?
I'm in the lead now.
Really?
I'm in the lead now. We are racing. For new listeners who don't know about this, we bet. Just recently, I reached 4,000 followers on Instagram, and Przemek was like at 4,146. He wrote me a DM, "Hey buddy, do you want to make this a competition? We'll race to 5,000." And I'm like, being me, the shit talker, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking race you, and the deadline is end of October. So when we meet, we know who is the loser. Then the reality set in that it took me 8 years to get 4,000 followers. But the good news. Okay, wait. First the rules. Before the show, the loser needs to wear the shirt made by the winner. I have an idea. We'll discuss with the podcast team off air, but if it is ethical, we'll see.
Paulie comes at us with these questions like that sometimes. He's like, guys, I need a reality check. I need you to tell me if I'm crazy or not.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear what you came up with.
And that is not a lie. That I actually did quite a few times now. But you are a great team. You both give your perspectives, and it's so easy to be inside of your head. So maybe I'm crazy sometimes. So, and no ads, no meta ads, no blah blah blah. Don't buy our followers. Of course, no fake followers. There is no need. The essence of the competition is to gain good followers and see how we can perform under a little bit of pressure. And so now I am at 4,520.
Oh, perfect. Awesome.
I know that's crazy in
That's
a short amount of
impressive.
time.
You
Yep.
gained 500 followers. That's
insane.
Awesome.
I was really lucky because when I did the competition reel, the initial reel announcing it like on Monday, because we talked on like Sunday or Saturday, I'm gonna like do it quickly. Then some of my followers that are kind of prominent people in Lithuania, like newscasters and something like that, they shared it and they're like, yeah, support our Lithuanian boy, going on the national flag, oh fuck yeah, let's go Lithuania. Gained a lot of followers. Then I thought about, maybe I should go on TikTok, because TikTok gathers a lot of views for me if you do it in your native language, because it's so geolocation sensitive. And I'm like, support me. Fuck TikTok, go to my Instagram, follow me there. And they went. I got like, I think close to 10,000 views on the TikTok, and they're like, yeah, I'm supporting you. Yeah, let's go. I don't even have an Instagram, but I'm following you there. So,
Nice.
So that is working out pretty great. And this week I did a recap reel of the past week. Try to be like, these newscasters or like sports casters and talk about the competition, which went also pretty great. It looks like pretty great. And I'm tagging myself in all of our High Carbon podcast reels as a collaborator. That is
No
working
shame.
out great too. And yeah, and I'm trying to support Przemek also. I think he's close to 5,300, which is also pretty great. Like insane good numbers for a knife maker without doing like, oh, I did a trend and it went viral, so I get some nonsense followers. So, just showing your work and talking about it. So trying to support him. So this is pretty fun, pretty good. And it kind of makes me think about it. But I will do some trends. I think one of the trend, and I will spill it on the air. Who cares? Nobody cares. There is this, all of you know, Let's Sign guy, where he has this intro of a nonsense reel where some bullshit is happening, and then he shows his reaction, and he's like, "Buy Let's Sign from our company because your business needs it." So it's pretty great. So I'm gonna try to do that because it is funny and it showcases my work. We'll see how it goes. Maybe next week, but it's so tiring, guys. You have to you have to be high energy in reels. You cannot be like, fuck this shit, follow me, okay? Maybe if I do it, maybe it could be funny, And they're like, okay, but I don't need pity. I'm begging already. And Przemek told that he will beg too.
Yeah, he's
to win this.
He's giving away a free knife if he hits 5,000.
Nah. Whenever I hit or he hits 5,000,
Okay, so
he's gonna give away the knife. So if you want to get the knife quicker, follow me, suckers.
Right?
Follow me, suckers, and you can get the knife from Przemek.
I think it was a cool little bet between the two of you guys, and it actually worked out pretty good, more than I thought it would. That's a lot of followers in a short amount of time. Like you said, you've been doing it for years, and you've gained 500 or something like that. I'd be curious to see how many stick with you or drop you after the show. Doesn't really matter though. I think they're not you guys' customers, or most of them anyway.
It really depends. I don't, it's just because it's fun. I don't kind of believe in follower numbers and subscriber numbers, especially on YouTube. I think it's about the content itself. And you can see like people who have like 100,000 followers, right? Some big industry guys, they post a reel, 40 likes, 60 likes.
Yeah,
so it's not the same day and age when you can see all of the reels and all of the content from your people that you are following, and it's actually about just trying to go viral and just continuing to go viral. And it is kind of taking away from the I'm just showing my work, and you have to think in terms of what people on Instagram or YouTube Shorts would like to view and what kind of content they are watching. And if you are one of those persons who sees his profile as a portfolio, so you most probably won't get a big following in this day and age. If it would be like 2016, 100%. But now it's the playing field with the short form content is totally different. So even if I get to 10,000 followers, I don't expect to get, hundreds of likes, thousands of likes on every post that I do, just because of the algorithm. So it's just fun for the competition, not for the new eyes will see my work. This is totally acceptable. And when somebody thinks, "Ooh, maybe I need a gift for Father's Day," I know a guy who makes a knives here locally, so that works out. And I really am a proponent of trying to spread out in the local market, because with all the PPWR bullshit, local markets are getting even more important. They can WR my PP, Jesus Christ, with that stupid legislation. So,
it's a chance for you to get to more shows too. You don't have to ship. You're at a show. Right?
is it just for shipping? I'm selling a product, and I'm selling a product. It has packaging. It does not matter for the shipping packaging, but
I think it only matters for shipping.
Right. As soon as
No.
it crosses borders through a
No,
postal delivery. Yeah.
I talked extensively with Claude, and he said that
God.
everything that is inside the box, except if it is like really, really important for the functioning of the thing.
Mhm.
So instructions does not count, but a sheath for a knife, like actual part of the knife, it counts as an integral part and doesn't count to the packaging itself. But everything else that you have in there counts as packaging.
I had this discussion with a customer that wrote to me and said that they were interested in buying like a bigger quantity of the zipper pouches for the knives. That is not packaging. It's not something that you take off the knife and throw away. You're using it like a sheath would be. So it's the same story.
Mm.
So you need to know like the paper that you're using for filler, if you're using bubble wrap, all that kind of crap, stuff that you would like not reuse. It's not like you said, an integral part of the product that you're selling.
Yeah, and it's really important to know by the country, because it's by the country the law. Like Dutch people have a wonderful limit, like 50 tons or like 5 tons for the off, which is amazing. But like I think France has a separate like not a placeholder, but like a fee if you have printed material. And printed material can be a business card with your details,
Mhm.
instructions. Yeah. And you should also be mindful. As far as I know, the best thing is to have like homogeneous materials. So basically, if you have cardboard for the box, cardboard for the filling, and you use a tape around it that is also from paper, or you can have those.
Mhm.
This is the best case because you've only registered as one thing, as one homogeneous material. And if you are using like transparent tape, then it's totally different kind of thing. And then you are now into columns, and it can get expensive depending, because they are registered differently. And even if you use just 2 rolls of packaging tape, it can add up through all of the 27 countries.
So we have something that the kids have as like a candy in Austria that's called Esspapier. You know this stuff, right? Edible paper. So they print like funny things on it. Kids put them on their tongue, and it like makes a tattoo or whatever was onto their tongue. Doesn't stay very long, but you could print your knife care instructions on edible paper, and then it's not considered packaging.
Just a few drops of your LSD, and it's
Yeah,
all
there
fine,
you
baby. Edible paper, yeah, but then you are shipping a food product, which sounds even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
then you got to get it all regulated and tested and shit.
Yeah. So if you thought that getting fucked by the US tariffs was wrong, well, we are getting fucked by the EU now.
Yeah, but they're gonna back down. They're gonna back down.
Give it a month or two. It's got to change. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, businesses are turning off their shipment to other EU countries left and right. So I'm pretty sure you all have seen this on Instagram. So we're not going to ship to any other country anymore. We're closing down shipment to this country, to that country. That's not the idea they had when they made the EU, right? Because
no, it just wasn't very well thought out.
It should be one market, and it should be easy to sell stuff to other countries. And now they made it harder. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna back down, because it's not good for business, not for anyone. So why would they do that, right? There should be one website where you can register for all 27 countries. I mean, the idea behind that is it's a good idea, right? Minimize waste. So, but why is there not one website where you can register and tell whatever government institution how much material and shipment and stuff you're gonna do? So it should be centralized, and not. Why do we have to register in 27 countries? That's ridiculous, right? I mean,
that's insane. It's like, but saying they had a good idea. It's like if I have a mosquito on my forehead and they come up to me and stab me in the head and say, I just wanted to kill the mosquito. Yeah, the idea was good, but don't use a knife to my head. Don't kill my business. Don't create obstacles in a place even if the idea is good, think about the implementation and the repercussions.
Yeah, but
But look, listen. If they listen and they back down, big respect. Then trust kind of go up.
Did you send us this, Keith?
yes,
The EU Commission or something, they commented on quite a few Instagram reels that they're gonna change it, or they're hearing what small business owners are saying. They have plans to at least adjust it, right? Because it's
Yeah.
totally different in different countries. So with Germany, you have to register, and then you have to have a local waste responsibility guy. So a guy that, I mean, it's not a guy,
representative.
but
Yeah.
representative. Yeah, you have to register with an additional company in Germany, whatever. I mean, it's different from country to country. Even what they charge is different. So Germany is like a few €100 or something. Then Ireland is like $1,000 for whatever reason. Then I don't know how much Dutch people or the Dutch government charge. I mean, why? Fuck it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. We have to pay a certain amount of money for the waste we're generating when we're shipping packages. That's all right, because all this stuff has to be recycled. But why in 27 countries? And it doesn't make sense.
Kind of goes against the whole purpose of the EU.
The whole idea, it defeats the whole purpose. I mean, you want to have one big market, and then what's happening is exactly what Paulie was saying. That we're focusing on local markets again. That we're focusing on, in our case, on the Austrian market. Paul is focusing on the Lithuanian market. Dutch people are focusing on the Dutch market. Yeah, well, then we're back to national states again, where we sell our stuff in our home country exclusively because we don't want to pay taxes or whatever, right? I mean, that's not the idea of a well-working economy, I would say, within Europe. So that's bullshit.
I also think for our market and like the handmade market, people doing the crafts and things that they're building themselves, I think they're way more conscious about that kind of thing. A lot of people are using like natural packaging products and stuff like that already, as like a fancy way to dress up their products. I think the huge thing is like Amazon. Everybody's definitely got an Amazon package that was like way oversized, and inside that package is another package, and then a bunch of filler material, like a shitload of it. That's the problem right there with the bigger guys. They're just pulling stuff off a warehouse shelf, and they have standard packages that are way too big for this things that they're shipping in.
But the big companies don't care. They're not affected that much by this, because they pay like, well, what's 10 grand for Amazon? They pay 10 grand so they can ship all over Europe. Problem solved for them. But for us, it's a lot of money for small businesses. But I mean, that's bullshit.
That is bullshit. And Keith is sending me G10 in like vacuum cleaner boxes.
Exactly.
He's reusing
Reuse, recycle.
Everyone
it's
does
recycled.
it. Everyone does it. We ship our stuff in recycled packages as well. So we get stuff from VSM, and we use the cardboard, so the packaging, to send our stuff someplace else.
Yeah, like I said before on another show, I go to a local company here that they get shipments of stuff all the time, and they have like big giant waste areas where they have package and plastic and everything separated, and I just go and grab a huge bag full of paper that they were going to throw away anyway. And so, I know I'm not the only one. You even said that you guys do that kind of stuff. So, like, again, the bigger companies don't care about that shit. They'll take it, open up a package, throw that shit away, and then the next package that they ship out, they're taking a nice fresh roll of paper and packing it up.
And it's way faster for them just to do it that way.
Right.
More efficient, because you have to pay the labor, and we are like, hey, I am not gonna buy another box. Just let me reuse it. We'll see how it happens. Right. I think in the reels they said it was something in December, right?
Right.
They are going. So just
we'll see. They're all on vacation right now.
Don't fucking register anywhere. If you are registered, the country knows. If you don't register,
you're on the list
they
already.
Dissolve it. Yeah, it's done. Lay low. All of the makers who are listening, and all of our American listeners are like,
lay low. If you need something big, get a hold of me. You can come pick it up, or I'll meet you halfway.
I'm gonna come back from Austria with a shit ton of G10 in my trunk.
With the ass end of your car dragging on the street. Half full of G10, half full of Leberkas.
We will see. I mean, you have to hold it with your new Keith mobile, right?
Yeah, so no problem.
Does it have like a big capacity for weight?
Yeah, almost a ton, like 950 kilos.
Fuck. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot. Okay, my hybrid Toyota cannot handle this.
Then
I'm
you
not buying that much.
take a trailer, split it up.
No, it has pretty low towing capacity, also like 400 something kilos. So it's,
It's because you brought the
fucked.
pussy hybrid car.
I know. Hey, look, I'm happy driving the pussy hybrid. Look, for 100 kilometers, 4.4 liters of petrol. Amazing. I love it. Love it every day. Best pussy machine ever.
I'm at like 7.8. Albert, you're probably about the same.
I'm at 7.7. Yeah.
But I got a big project coming out today. I was at the car audio store. So this weekend, you mentioned doing a podcast on Saturday won't work. I'll be tearing my car apart again for the second time.
Just got it. Just
Why?
got it.
You know why? If anybody has, this is like a big problem in Volkswagens. The radio sucks. It sounds like it's from 1980. It's 25 watt speakers in there. They suck so bad. If you drive on the highway and open your window, you can't even hear the radio anymore. Like, I'm not trying to like rattle the windows off of my van or anything. I just want like a normal fucking radio that you can hear.
You should have a jingle, and it would be like the ice cream truck from the movies, and it will be the G10 truck.
Yeah.
And play a nice jingle. All the knife makers coming to your backyard. Ooh, G10 truck.
I already have the knife material jingle. Yeah, I one from a while ago. Yeah, an hour and 10 minutes. So next week we'll have a guest. We might get Courtglad on if it works out with him.
No,
Maybe.
not next week. He's on vacation.
Maybe Fader will come on. Who knows? Figure
Yeah.
something out. Did we miss anything?
Ryan from Hustle and Grind. I by the way, Paulie, I have a pro tip for you. If you really want to win the competition, you should go on other shows.
I should.
Maybe Hustle and Grind, KTP.
Maybe. I'm thinking more about Full Blast. Maybe
Ah,
I'll
yeah.
do Full Blast,
That would be a good episode. One-on-one full blast episode.
That would be pretty good. I think that would be pretty good, actually. Could be good. Can't wait. I could make reels from that.
All right. We'll leave it. I think we'll leave it at that. All right, then. We will talk to the rest of you guys next week. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Wiedersehen. Motherfucker. High Carbon on Patreon. Albert is still working on the low carbon episode. He will release it soon. We promise. Bye.